We always blessed with talents. Every last one of you have a talent, but it's on you to develop and exercise. Just screaming to get out. And it's about time to character. Character is going to keep you where you want to go longer than you really need to stay. Work ethic is unbelievable. Talent is as well. But sooner or later, it's something that's inside of you just has to want it. You have to need it. You got to go at it like it's that next breath that you got to take, that nobody can stop you. And the closer you get to it, you're going to have naysayers, you're going to have doubters, you're going to have people that's close to you, that even in the crib with your laying beside of you that don't believe in you. I know I stepped on somebody's toes right there, but it's okay. That's what I came here to do. But it's up to you to wipe the tears out your eyes and go get it. Because my motto when I was 7 years old is I believe. I got to Jackson State and I started saying I believe, and they thought it was something new. I've been believing for a long time and I'm not going to ever stop. Now it's about time for you to look to that person next to you and say, I believe. I believe. I mean, you got to feel it. You got to embed it. You got to embody it. Don't just say it with your neck all slanted. You got to put your neck upright and say, I believe. I mean, I believe. That's right. Without a shadow of a doubt, you got to believe. You got to want it. Because everything you want is going to be something in front of it that's going to keep you away from it. So you're going to have to fight. You're going to have to roll your sleeves up. You're going to have to put Vaseline on your face, ladies. Take your earrings off. Take your lace front off, baby. You're going to have to go get it. You're going to have to go get it. Because see, my top plays happened at practice when no one was looking. My top plays happened in Fort Myers, Florida, when none of you knew anything about me. My top plays happened when it was no camera there. See, those are the plays you just caught on camera. Those weren't my top plays because I practiced like I played, so when I played, it would be practice. Yeah, you were supposed to clap right there because that was right.
Amen to that. Yeah. Come on, get up to practice place.
So there's somebody out there right now, the light ain't on you, but keep making plays. Nobody's talking about you, but keep making plays.
That's right.
I know your sales numbers aren't where your friend is, but keep making plays. I know nobody's talking about you, and you're not on the leaderboard right now, but baby, keep making plays. I don't know what selfish is when you're playing a team sport.
But even at a team sport, it was my stats, my thing.
No, it wasn't about me, but the better I did, the better we were. So you could see it as selfishness, you could see it as braggadocious, you could see it as individualism, but the better you are, the better it's gonna be for your company, the better it's gonna be for your team, the better it's gonna be for your family, the better it's gonna be for your kids, the better it's gonna be for your siblings. So you got to do your thing. I love team. But in the middle of Deion, there's an I. In the middle of the win, there's an I. In the middle of prime, there's an I. So I knew I had to do my job to make it easy for everybody else. Somebody made a mistake and slipped me a piece of paper and told me how much the defensive backs made at that point in time. That was like in the early 80s. I wasn't happy about that because defensive backs at that time were one of the lowest paid positions.
Yep.
And I said, I got to do something about that. I was already prime time from high school in the dark that they didn't know about. So when I got to college, prime time was still on the front license plate of my car. So I took that image, I took that phrase, I took that and marketed the heck out of that. So whether you liked me or you hated me, you wanted to see me play good or bad, and I was prime time. So I practiced my quotes. What do you think about the interception? Well, you shouldn't have threw it. You knew better than that. I'm the best thing since peanut butter and jelly. I had already rehearsed that. I had already rehearsed that in the dark. What do you think about that punt return? I told him not to kick to me. You'll be better off going for it on fourth down. I had already rehearsed these quotes because I believe. We're going back to I believe. I believed in me so much. I knew I was going to make the play, but I just needed a package of markability to put myself up there where no one was. And guess what? Old primetime Deion Sanders from the 239 from Fort Myers, Florida, never touched a set of foot in the NFL. And the day I walked in the NFL, I was the highest paid defensive back ever. You gotta understand what the combine is. It's where they test you.
Sure.
Where they poke at you. They tell you about your past and your history. And they do all kind of bench press tests and 40-yard dash and shuttle runs and all of that. And I went to that combine.
Yeah.
And
should have let in that story.
They had the bench press there, and I was engaged in a good conversation with one of my cohorts, and they kept saying, Sanders, Sanders. I looked at them, I said, no, I'm good. They said, well, you got to get up a bench. I say, well, I don't think Jerry Rice is going to lay cross my hands and let him do like that. So I don't really need that. I'm good. Because I came there for one specific goal. That was run a 40-yard dash to allow them to know that I was what they thought I was. And when I ran it, I kept going and left the building because there was no more to talk about. So sooner or later, you got to bet on you. You believe in everybody else, you clap for everybody else, you support everybody else, you baking cakes and making cookies for everybody else. But when are you gonna look in the mirror and believe in the darn person you see? It's about time for you to believe in you because you got it. You got it. You just gotta bring that thing that's on the inside out. So when I went to the combine, I already knew what I had. It was just time for me to show the world. And that's what I did.
Did you even look back to see what your time was?
I didn't have to. Because sometimes in life, you know that you know. You don't have to look back and see what your sales are because you know what you know. You don't have to look back and see what your engagements are because you know what you know. You don't have to look back and see how effective you were because you know what you know. Sometimes you got to know what you know. They're going to call it cockiness. They're going to call it arrogance, but you're going to call it confidence. Because I don't want my confidence to, I'm going to say something and I want you to hold on to it. All right, get your cameras ready because this is game. Do not allow my confidence to affect. If I could get up and dance, I would dance right now. If I could get up and shout, I would shout right now. Do not allow my confidence to offend your insecurity because I dress like I dress because I'm confident. I look like I look because he's confident. We walk like we walk because we're confident. I don't even use cologne. Now, somebody asked me, what is that you're wearing? I say, confidence. Different levels of understanding. Professional kids are getting a check, okay? They're young men, they're men. Most of them are pretty much boys with a lot of money, okay? The college kids still want it. They still aspiring to go get it. You got a few knuckleheads that think they're already there, but I know how to humble them and bring them back to course. And the high school kids, they're really hungry and they're thirsty. So they're trying to get to the next level, Been the father of the person that's being recruited and being coached. So that gives me a tremendous competitive advantage. And see, first of all, you all lie and say you treat your kids the same and you love them all the same. That's a lie. I got rankings. I rank my kids all the time. I'm 5.